Hello.
I believe we are live from what I see. If anyone is here, please confirm because I am nervous.
I think we're live.
I,
Yeah. Looks
yeah.
like it.
Oh, okay. I just saw it update. Oh, it's speaking. Oops. I just saw it update on the phone. Okay, perfect. At least we know it's working.
Yes.
So how have you been? How's your reading going this week?
It's going well. Well, I'm going to introduce myself first. If anyone's
Yes.
here that doesn't know me.
I just assume everybody knows you.
They don't. My name is Dani. My channel is Current Chapter, and you can follow me. The link is in the description. And I read a lot of fantasy and this kind of stuff. Sci-fi, thrillers. That's pretty much it.
Do you want me to introduce myself first, and then we'll talk about what we've read this week so far?
Yeah. Well, you don't have to
Okay.
introduce yourself. You're in your channel, but
This is my channel. I also read fantasy and sci-fi. If you're new, I don't know. Hello. So tell us what you've read so far for the video gameathon.
Okay, so I started to kind of put it together. Where is it? I started Instagram stories that I never posted it, so I have to just leave it here. But I read 3 books. So I read Life is Strange Volume 1, which was for the Life is Strange and Chrono Trigger prompts. I read Obsidio, which were for the Final Fantasy VII and Mass Effect prompt. And then I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which were for Pokemon and The Last of Us.
Nice.
I was going to put it in Nintendogs. I think it kind of would fit as well, but I just left it for The Last of Us. And now I just have The Sims, which is on Voices, Nintendogs, which is a cozy book, and The Witcher 3, which is Magic to Fulfill, and I have no idea what to read next.
So what are the options? Oh, you want me to go?
Yes.
Okay. So far I have read, okay, because I'm in the middle of like 20 books. So the books I've finished is, let me get the picture up because I have the same thing. I have the little Instagram. So I finished Life is Strange Volume 1 on the first day, and that was for the Life is Strange prompt. And I used it for Pokemon as well. For like, it has like both red and blue on the cover. Then yesterday I read, I forget what the camera is, Neon Genesis Evangelion. And this is a manga. It's a 3-in-1. And it basically follows the anime. And I read this for Nintendogs, which is the cozy prompt. And like, it's not a cozy story, but it's cozy to me. So it works.
Makes sense.
And then today on lunch, I finished Lock and Key Volume 2. And this is for The Last of Us prompt for like horror. Even though this one like was a bit more sci-fi, I think, than horror. But it was still good.
Okay. Does it have magic? It doesn't, right? It's more
I mean, I don't know. It depends how you count the keys. Do you count them magic?
I think they're magical keys, but they don't like do magic.
Yeah. It's a magic system.
Yeah.
I think it works. You could count it. Then I'm in the middle of One Last Stop. This is for time travel, Life is Strange. The Sims. No, this is for The Sims. Okay, yeah. Just Chrono Trigger and Life is Strange. And then this is my behemoth.
It's not for Life is Strange. The other one is for Life is Strange.
Yeah, but like it counts anyways. Like if I needed to, I was like gonna count it if I didn't. And then this is like my big boy, the one I really want to finish because it covers Final Fantasy, which is a sequel, The Sims, which is Own Voices, and The Witcher 3 for Magic. So this is my big boy. This is the one I'll be tackling tonight.
Awesome.
There's people here.
Yes.
Hello. Same.
Yeah.
I really, 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 really want to finish the Dragon Republic. That's like my big goal for the week. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also have one more graphic novel The Adventure Zone Volume 3. This would also count for magic if I didn't finish the Dragon Republic. So I have this one to cover me on Wednesday if I need it. Hello, hello. Oh my god. Hello, Danica. So weird. This is like a real life friend, but online. So everybody tell us, tell us what you're reading. Oh my god, we have the same mind. We're literally going to say the same thing.
I mean,
did you decide what you're going to read?
I did not. Okay, so I'm trying to tackle magic because I think it's the easiest option. So the thing is, yesterday I didn't read anything because I DNF'd one of my options for the readathon. So I kind of didn't read anything because I just couldn't figure out what to read. And now I have all the options in the world. So I was trying to go for magic. The first one that I put on my TBR was Children of the Fox. It's a middle grade fantasy heist novel. But the thing is, this comes out, it's an arc, and it comes out in October. So like I don't have to read it right now. If I reveal it right now, like I don't know, I feel like I should reveal it later, closer to when it's going to be released, to like hype the book. Unless I don't like it, then I guess that would be bad. But either way, I don't know if I should read it right now because it just comes out in October. I thought it was sooner. And then my second option, my Kindle just fell asleep, is The Hobbit, which is on my Kindle, which was not on my TBR, but Kelsey put on my TBR because we're reading Lord of the Rings and Hobbit starting this month. So I have to read The Hobbit this month, and it would count for magic.
Yes.
And that would be my option number 2. I'm still going to buy all the Lord of the Rings books physically because I prefer to read it physically, but I found out that I had the ebook on my Kindle, so it could work. I have,
and it's the perfect one for Kindle, I think, because it was like a middle grade. Yeah.
Then I have all of my other fantasy books that have magic. I could read Lock and Key Volume 2 that has magic, but I don't know.
It depends what you're in the mood for. Are you more in the mood for? This is the thing. The Hobbit. Okay, I think it's middle grade, and it was middle grade definitely for its time and more in comparison to the Lord of the Rings. But I think it still has like an adult fantasy feel to it, more than probably your other middle grade option.
Yeah.
So it's really depending what you want. And then if you're in the mood to read something quickly, the Lock and Key volume was really fast. This one was only like 150 pages.
Yeah, the problem with Lock and Key is that I don't remember anything from the first one, so I would have to at least skim through the first one.
Listen, me neither. I went in and then it was all coming back. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy. Oh yeah, the keys. You would think I would remember the keys. Did not. He had a key. I was like, oh yeah, it's true. They did do that.
Yeah, it's about keys.
They were like, oh, remember last time when we did this? And I was like, yes, I do remember actually. Thank you, main character, for telling me that you did that.
I love when they do that.
I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm in the mood for The Hobbit because I started the audiobook for like 15 minutes this morning. And it starts really fun, like with all the dwarfs.
Where did you get the audiobook?
Script.
Okay.
And it starts with like all the dwarfs.
Spotify. Oh, sorry, go.
Oh, okay. It starts with all the dwarfs storming into his house, and it's fun. So yeah, on Libby there are 2 options of audiobooks. There's one that I really didn't like. It's like a dramatized version, but like it starts with the narrator and then Bilbo like talking on top of the narrator, and I was very confused. And I was listening in 1 time speed, and like they were talking on top of each other, so I didn't like that. So I looked up online which is the best audiobook for The Hobbit, and everyone recommends one narrated by this guy that was on script. So I got that one, and it's just one guy. It's not full cast, but it's really good.
Okay, because I also was thinking about doing the audiobook for Buddy Read. And so now I'm like, because I know there was the one on Spotify and everybody talks about how the ones on Spotify, because they're not like, not that they're not professional, but they're like not, I think they're not made in a studio. I think they're like fan made, but they're like apparently really good. So I was going to try that one out, but I'm not sure yet. We have some people currently
Oh,
reading Beach Read. Heard good things. So it's a
me
romance
too.
novel that I have been thinking about picking up. I'm reading Jungle Girl for the Sims prompt. Perfect. That's the
I don't
Own
know that
Voices
one.
prompt for everyone who just came in. Hello.
Hello.
Good vibes. That's what I'm hoping for. Good, chill
Yes.
vibes. Lots of reading.
Yes.
Hello. Thank you for
Hello.
coming. To everybody who just joined, let us know what you're reading tonight or this morning. Time zones. We talked about them last time. We forget. We forget about them.
Whatever time it is where you are.
Whatever time it is. So I'm definitely, or do you think I should knock this one out?
I feel like if you want to get done with Dragon Republic, I think it's a good time to make a chunk on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Because
then,
I've
like
been
I
getting
said, just
flying through the graphic
yeah.
novels. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's knock another one out.
And
But then I'm not
like I
doing
said, like
anything.
you can just wait on Wednesday, and if you didn't finish it, you can just read the Adventure Zone like really fast and be done with
Mm-hmm.
the magic prompt.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Listen, this one is my favorite in the whole series. If you like Ronan, I don't know if you like Ronan. Ronan is a very particular character that I love. I love me a little sad bad boy. So if you like Ronan, this is the best one in the series. They're
I
all
would
really
hate
good. I
him.
really like. Hmm?
I haven't read it,
What did you
but
say?
by your description, I would not like him.
Take it back, please.
I
He's
take it back.
wonderful
I
and
don't know
he has a
him.
heart,
Well, I
but
don't
it's
know
really
him.
good. I like it. Whatever. Think what you want. Do we want to start a 30 min? Or do we want to
Yes.
start slower? Do you want to ease with a 20 or we go straight into a 30? What are you feeling?
I think we can go on a 30. Wait, there's one more book. Frosted Kisses. I don't know that one.
Oh,
Oh, a contemporary.
is it new? I wonder if it's new.
Let me see.
Let us know. YA contemporaries usually go really fast, so hopefully you can cover that prompt for sure.
Well, it looks very Christmassy, so probably not super
Ooh,
new.
I love Christmas
Because we're
books.
far away from Christmas.
I miss Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. And I have a love-hate relationship with summer. Um, and so like sometimes in the middle of summer, I'm like, oh God, I just want Christmas again.
Yeah.
Like
The
today is
problem
one of
with
those days, like super
Christmas,
hot.
the problem with Christmas is that it's the best thing of the winter, and the winter is just starting. And then you have
My
to
birthday
get through the
is in
whole.
January.
Well, mine is in December, but still, like you
Yeah,
still have to
it is
get
the
through the
best part
whole
of it.
winter.
Yeah. And especially like here in Montreal, like there's all this slush on the floor and like it's not always like the cozy Christmas vibes. It's like very like desolate winter.
Okay, I think we
Oh
should
wait, if
start.
in you want to start?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
perfect.
go
Let
ahead.
me what?
What were you gonna say about Christmas?
No, I was gonna say we should start. I
Okay.
told you we have the same mind tonight. So does it show for everybody?
Yes, I think
I
so.
hope so. And then let me find it now because I made a separate thing for it. Okay, good luck, everyone.
Yay! See you in 30.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Do you hear my computer? Because she's like, the
Mm,
fan is really loud.
No. Oh, actually, I have to turn this thing off as well. There we go.
Okay, good. As
This
long
will
as
help.
nobody hears it, that's fine with me. So, how did we do? Oh,
I
I'm gonna
read.
remove.
Yeah. I read 4%. I started on 5% of the ebook because I listened to a little bit of the
Mhm.
audiobook this morning. So I started at 5% because there's a lot of like author's note and stuff in the beginning as well. And I read up to 9%. So 4% of the book.
Nice. And how is it so far?
I'm enjoying it. It's better than I remember. I don't know. I read a long time ago, and I
Yeah.
remember that it took me forever, but I don't remember much of like how I felt while I was reading it.
Mhm.
So I'm enjoying it. I'm excited. I don't remember. I remember the main things that happen, but not how things happen. So I'm excited to see how it's going to go.
I read The Hobbit like 5 times in French when I was younger, and then I read it like maybe 2, 3 years ago, and it didn't like have the spark that it
Mhm.
obviously had, maybe in French. So I'm excited. That's why I'm excited to reread it. I want to see if like maybe I was just in like not the mental space to like take on just like a
Mhm.
whimsical magical story. So, but I
Yeah, I
read
think
go.
I think for me, when I read it first, like I was just getting back into reading, and I don't think The Hobbit is the best place to get back into reading
Mhm.
because it's not an easy read necessarily. There's a lot of description. It's slower than it needs to be in a lot of parts. So I think because of that, also it took me a lot longer to read than it should. But
Mhm.
I'm excited for it now. The only issue that I have is that the ebook doesn't have the map.
Uh,
And like even in the text it says, oh, look in the beginning of the book for the map, like the narrator talking to me, and like, okay, I'm gonna try to find it, and then there's no, like, it's a blank page. It has a link to the map, but it's a blank page. So I don't know why. I don't know what's going on there. And also the footnotes, like there's one part that had a link to go somewhere, and then it was just a mess, like it was the middle of something of the author's note. So I don't know, I'm going to buy it tomorrow probably. So I'll switch and I'll see what's going on.
that's so weird. But I'm sure you
Yeah.
could find it online too if you want to
Yeah.
continue reading it
Also, I
tonight.
have the here. This is
Oh,
this is the
okay.
map
Yeah.
technically, so I could just grab that thing.
Oh, there you go.
So how did you go?
So I read about 30 pages. I'm surprised because I was like eating also. So went to go get some pasta
Nice.
and I read 30 pages. We're getting like pretty sorry. We're getting like pretty intense at this point. I think there's like a 200 pages left pretty
Okay.
much. So quite a bit is starting to happen. And
Mm-hmm.
I know you haven't read The Poppy War, so it's like, but like towards the ends of her books, like middle to end, it's like really intense. Um,
Cool.
so we'll see what happens.
Nice.
Everybody else. Oops, I just ate and scrolled on Instagram. It's okay because we have other sprints. Don't worry.
Yes.
I read about
Eating is
20
important.
pages. Hmm?
I was say eating is important also.
Exactly. I ate too, so don't worry about it.
20 pages,
20
nice.
pages. 20 pages.
Oh.
Ok, donc vous êtes de Montréal. But my French isn't good. Well, it is, but je suis une anglophone.
Better than mine.
Tell us where you're from, Danny.
I'm from Brazil. I've been living here for 2 years and a few months now. And I'm learning French. I taking classes. I can speak if I have like 5 minutes to formulate a sentence in my head. But yeah, like yesterday we were at a bar and the waitress said something, and everyone just like started grabbing their phone, like, you have to translate it for me. I thought they were getting their IDs, and I started to get my passport. It showed her. They're like, no, she just said that the menu is on the app. Like, oh,
Oh.
okay, thanks. And then I ordered something in French. I just had like 3 words, and I ordered it in French, and my friends were like, "Oh, say you speak French?" Like, yeah, I've been thinking about the sentence for the past 5 minutes.
But you were taking French classes, like you're learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So are you
understand pretty
deciding
much.
go
I
sorry,
understand
I'm always the
well.
late.
It's fine. I understand people well usually, and I can read things, but yeah, speaking is the hardest.
hmm I think speaking will always be the hardest because everybody pronounces things differently. So, like for me, the hardest part in French is like the r, like the R.
Mhm.
So sometimes like my accent really comes out when I speak. When I need to say like revient or like revient, like my accent always shows.
Yeah.
But you know, it's always going to be difficult when it's not your first language. Like I'm
Yeah,
sure
for
if we spoke Portuguese, you would be like,
sure.
get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I was mentioning that to my husband the other day that like we sometimes get like self-conscious about our accent or like the way we talk, but we are talking to people who can't speak Portuguese at all. So like we at least we're speaking another language. Like it's broken, it's bad, but like it's not our first language. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. For Portuguese speakers, the th is really weird. It's really
How do
hard.
you pronounce it?
I don't know, but no, like I like think
Mm.
it's like I think
Yeah,
I'm more
because I was
used
gonna
to
say
it,
I
but
don't.
but
Yeah, I don't hear it.
when we're learning, it's really hard. And words like through make it gets really complicated
Mm.
because we don't have those sounds in Portuguese. So
Yeah, that's true. Language is so interesting to me because there's like so many differences in multiple languages, and even like the way things look is pronounced differently. Like I think it's like very interesting. I love
yeah,
language. I could,
me too.
if I could learn every language in the world, I would.
Yeah, me too. I
But then the
started to
Duolingo
learn.
owl would be
Yeah,
mad.
I started to learn Italian for a while in Brazil. I took one
Ah,
semester because I'm like my great grandfather was Italian. I was planning to get my Italian citizenship at some point, so I started to study Italian. But then I met my husband, and he said he was coming here. So I'm like, yeah, I should probably stop this and go on the French now, because otherwise I'm going to be very confused.
well, the good thing is that French and Italian are really similar. So like my Italian's really broken, but I'll speak like I'll throw in French words, and some of them are
It
really
works.
similar. So like in Italian, like perché, and then pourquoi. So
Uh-huh.
sometimes like they're similar enough that if you speak half and half, like you can keep
Yeah.
up with the conversation. I need help to pronounce this last part.
Eu gosto de pão com manteiga. I do too. It just means that I like bread with butter,
Ugh, same. Who doesn't?
right?
Really a classic. So what are we feeling? You want to
We
chat
could.
more? You want to jump into another sprint right away? How
Oh,
pressing is your reading today?
for me, it's the first time that I'm reading today.
Mm.
Like I want to get a chunk of this done, but also I just picked the books. Like I'm not in a hurry to finish it necessarily,
And how's the
but I'm
writing?
enjoying it. What?
How's the writing? Like, is it easy? Or do you feel like it's
Yeah.
more like high fantasy?
Well, one thing that I like for why does my Kindle keep sleeping? I have to figure out the settings. But it's also really, really old. But one thing that I like about ebook is that I can look up words,
Mm.
and that's really helpful for old epic fantasies because I just learned like what a larder is. You know what
Mm-hmm.
a larder is?
No. I
It's
was
like a
like, yeah?
pantry.
A what?
It's a pantry.
Oh,
Pantry where
okay.
you keep like food.
Okay.
It's like I like that when I'm reading physically, I don't look it up. I'm just like I accept it and I keep going.
I accept it.
Yeah, if the word keeps repeating it and it feels like it's too important, then I'll look it up. But if it's just mentioned once, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But on the ebook, I'm like, yeah, okay, let's see what this is.
Yeah.
So I like it. But the writing is fine.
Sometimes like when words are too big, especially in like epic fantasies, like sometimes they're even like they'll use like older words to like keep up with the like atmosphere that this is like medieval England sometimes, and like use, I don't know how to say it, but like use bigger words than like a more popular jargon that we have now.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm just like, I'm just gonna learn it while I'm reading and I'll figure out what it is.
Yeah.
What I usually look up is like if I forget a character, or I really like spoils. It's like spoilers. I know it's like really like sacrilegious and like nobody, but I love spoilers. Like
And
if a
I
character,
can't like Ronan.
if the character is gonna die, I want to know so then I could be like, oh, they're dying, so I can like be like, when's the moment? Like to me, it's more of an anticipation, and that's why I look. It doesn't make sense to anybody but me. So sometimes I'll look up characters and like, you know, if you look it up on like the Wikipedia page of whatever you're looking up, and then it'll say like deceased. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm just waiting for it.
I don't look up stuff for ongoing series because of that. Like I don't want to see. Anytime like when I was reading The Way of Kings, I'm like I want to know what this creature is.
Yeah.
But if I look it up online, I might see a spoiler for someone who died, so I don't look it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just ask
I'm the
my husband,
opposite.
like, can you find me a photo of this or like a fan art of this character so I can imagine them, but like just find it and then show it to me so I don't see any spoilers, because he's much far ahead, so he knows more. But if someone dies in Reasonable 4, he wouldn't know. So
Okay, so he's just read till Oathbringer?
yes, he's in the middle of Dawnshard.
Okay. Yeah, this month I'm also planning on reading. I'm gonna finish the Mistborn Era 2. Well, whatever's out. Like I know there's still the 4th book that has to come out. Then I'm going through the novellas of the Mistborn series. And then that's what I'll do this month for Brandy Sandy. And then I don't know, after that, I think because I'm following it the way it is in Arcanum Unbound. I don't know if you like the collection of novellas.
I don't have it, but I know which one it is.
Yeah. So right after Mistborn, I think it goes into White Sand, which is his like graphic novel series.
Okay.
So I might read like all 3 of those like another month, and then move into I think there's like a couple of extra novellas in there, and then I think it goes into
Way of Kings.
the Stormlight Archive. Yeah.
So like October.
So like October, yeah. Maybe like I'll just read one though. I don't know, because they're like huge.
Yeah, like what I'm planning, like even for my TBR, for my M&M TBR, it's like I'm considering each of the books 2 books. I can't.
That's smart. I don't do
that. Yeah, like I wouldn't put one of the whole like a over 1,000-page book as one book and then pick 4 more. I can't. Like what I read in a month is like the amount of pages that is on one of the Stormlight Archive books. It reads really fast, which is good. But
that's what I love about Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
Like I find like like if I compare like let's say Robert Jordan, which we only read, did you finish it?
No, I read 200 pages.
Okay.
Put it up.
So Robert Jordan is a perfect example because you got halfway and I read the whole book. So Robert Jordan is like an author that I would like because he's very descriptive and like goes on like a million tangents, which I love. Like, tell me what the color of pants are. I love that. Are they like gray? Are they beige? And then Brandon Sanderson, I find, does the same, but it's much quicker. Like he'll be like, okay, they all wear this and this is what they wear in this world. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And he's like, and Robert Jordan will be like, the vest was the perfect shade of burgundy. And then they went to sleep. And you're like, oh my God.
No, but my biggest issue with Robert Jordan is the way he describes the scenes, like the actions of what's happening. It's like I was saying, like it's not that when they rode the horse to that city, they like woke up, they had breakfast, They like did all this stuff, and then they changed their clothes, and then they looked. Oh, the horses are there. Like there's nothing important that happens between them waking up and getting to the city, but he describes every single thing that they did. How they got
It's
on the
character
horse.
development.
No, it's not.
It's world building. Okay, I want to be there.
It's not a unique world to do that.
So far, no. Yeah, that's something. Honestly, like the first book, I was like, okay, this is like a very stereotypical like 90s fantasy, and I'm excited to like. I have the second book, and I wanted to read it next month. So I'm gonna try to pick that one up. But I like the audiobooks. They're really, really, really well done. And they
Yeah,
helped
I
me get
tried
through the
it.
book. I think if I didn't read it with the audiobook, I'm not sure if I would have enjoyed it as much, to be honest. Because I was like
Yeah, I
highlighting
tried it
things.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, you were highlighting on the book?
Well, like with my little sticky tabs.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah.
Because
But
I
I
had like
couldn't.
different things. I like looking how the male author represents like women. So I have like a tab for that. Then I have a tab for like what I think is like important world building or like foreshadowing. Then I'll have like things that make me like happy and then things that make me like mad or sad. Like it'll be the same one. And sometimes like the how they represent women could be happy or sad.
Yeah, one thing that I think it's good for the way that Robert Jordan describes all this things, like because he describes every single thing that is happening, when there is something important, you don't see it coming. It's like in the beginning of the book, it takes like 150 pages maybe for something important to happen, and you don't see it coming because everything just feels the same. So you don't have
But
that like, oh, it's something is going to happen. No, it's just like they're doing the same thing. Oh, and then something happened.
I find though that his beginning portion told me what was going to happen though. The like prologue, I was like, interesting. And because it like
The prologue.
follows a stereotypical fantasy story, like you can kind of figure out like, okay, this guy is like the chosen one. This guy is gonna be like his like friend who does like something bad or some whatever. This is the love interest, like that kind of thing. But because I've spoiled myself, I know that I know that some things aren't what they seem. So I was like happy about that I spoiled myself. Because sometimes I just want to see what they look like and I see it and then I'm like, oh, okay. Anyways. I love physical books, but ebooks are so practical. Absolutely.
True.
I want to carry like Rhythm of War in my bag or do I want to carry my iPad, you know? Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll take books out of the library and then like if I have a quote or whatever, like I'll highlight it in the Kindle and then I'll come back home and like put it in my book because I just like if I'm out, like this is when I took the bus. Obviously we haven't taken the bus in a while. But when I took the bus,
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
Yeah, I do that also for all of the books. Like on my TBR, I pick all the books on my TBR and then I look in the library on the app for the books and ebooks, and I borrow all the things or place holds for all the things because it's easier. Just like when I'm in bed, if I just want to read on my phone a little bit before I sleep, or the audiobook, like everything is
I do that
there.
with audiobooks, yeah. I'll be like, ding, 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 ding. Which ones do I want by audio? Hello. Glad I made it to the reading sprint. Yay.
Yeah, we should read.
I always forget. Like I'm like, tell me a word. And then people be like, we want a sprint. And I'm like, oh yeah. It's true. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Okay, let me put up the timer. Another 30 minutes? How are we feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. It's good.
All right.
See you soon.
Good luck, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello. How did you do?
I read 40 pages this time.
Oh,
You?
wow. I read less, 3%? 3% of the
Okay.
book. I
That's still
started
good.
to, yeah, it got to a part where he was like explaining the whole story of why they're going to like steal the treasure from the dragon and all that, and it was a lot of like really history. So I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to understand everything, and then I try to look for a map online, but I don't know if I just can't find the exact map that they're using here, or if that map is just not helpful at all. I think it is the right
Maybe it's
map,
not
it's just not
helpful.
helpful. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't
it's like
I
he
don't always look
mentions a
at
city
maps,
and that, but what do you say?
I don't always like look at maps in the end. Like I kind of just like take it as it goes. It's like, oh, they went here. Okay, they went there. Cool.
Oh, I look all the time.
Hello. Tell us how
Oh,
much you read. I'm actually gonna go get something and I'll show you what I got recently.
okay.
So because I really want to like reread Lord of the Rings and everything again, so that I can get into like the other like Tolkien stuff. So like the Silmarillion and the other like short stories that he has.
Mhm.
I got the Encyclopedia
Oh,
of Tolkien.
nice.
And first of all, it's so beautiful.
Wow.
I don't know who this is, but I'll find out. And it has like everything in it. So like if I need to look up like something mentioned like in the stories, I'll have it all here.
Hmm.
So
That's
that'll be
nice.
like super helpful. Yeah. And I wonder if
That's
there's
really
maps.
great.
I didn't look, but I'm curious. I don't think so. I think it's just like really an encyclopedia with everything. Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
see anything, but it's really cool. Like everything that's mentioned is like here. It so like even like it has like the god Neptune. Where does it say?
Mhm.
Here. And then it'll describe what it is, and then it'll describe like where it is related to Tolkien, which I think is super cool. Yeah, the guy put in work. And the pictures are really nice too.
Yeah, I was looking at. Oh, nice, 20 pages.
What
That's
were you
good.
looking at?
I was looking at options to buy because I wanted to buy a nice set of The Lord of the Rings, but there's
Yeah.
some that are really expensive. They're really nice, but they're very expensive. And I don't know if I'm
I
gonna
was
like it.
thinking, yeah,
Like my
yeah,
husband
that's
has
the
read
thing.
it. My husband has read it and he likes it. So like even if I don't, like it's okay for us to have a cute, pretty copy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend that much money now. So I found one that is paperback, is a set with the three and the Hobbit, but it's paperbacks and it's not very expensive and it still looks nice.
Are they the
And then if
black
I,
ones?
yeah, the black ones that has the colors in the
Yeah,
bottom.
I have those as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if I really love it, then I can save for the nice Juniper Books editions.
That's it. Like I was like, because I love like the world and the idea of it, that I was kind of like, I feel like I should just do it. Like I have like good editions of like all my favorite books. So I'm
Yeah,
like, I should probably just do it. But we'll see.
yeah, like saving for a bit.
Got to read Home Before Dark, 30 pages. Nice. Home Before
Oh,
Dark is the Riley Sager one. He has a new release
mhm.
coming out.
Yeah,
Are you gonna read
Survive the
it?
Night. I haven't read
I don't
any
know.
Rarely Sager.
Me neither. But this one looks the most interesting to me.
I have Final Girls, but in Portuguese. So I don't know if I want to read it in Portuguese.
If you want to read it, let me know. Because I'll just read it with you. Like I'll have an excuse.
I might try the audiobook just or the ebook as I read in Portuguese, so I can see when the translation is bothering me. Like I can see the original one.
Mm. Yeah, let me know. I'd be down. I just want to like see, like how because he has so many books out,
Yeah.
and I'm like fascinated to know like how it is because I find like there's always like a set that everybody likes, and you like one or the other. Like
Yeah.
some people like his
Hmm.
first, his third, or whatever, and some people like his second and his fourth. So I'm like
Yeah.
interested to see where I
That's true.
land. I feel like he's a divisive author.
Yeah.
I've
And they
never
all
read him, and
sound
I wish I did.
interesting.
Yeah, exactly. I think out of all of them, I'm probably the story I think is the most interesting is probably Final Girls, just because I like that concept, like
Hmm.
that they already survived like before. So I think that's
Yeah.
really cool. And then probably Home Before Dark would be the next one, like the haunted house vibes.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm
Sounds
so terrified of haunted houses. Like it's not even funny. Like even here, like in our suburban town, like if there's a haunted house, I'm like, no, thank you. Like I'm not going in, even though it's like my neighbor. Like, I'm like,
There are
nope.
haunted houses there?
Sometimes, yeah, people do like, especially when we were younger. Like I find now everybody on the street is like my age, so they
Hmm.
don't like. There's no like young kids. But when we were
Yeah.
all young, there used to be like, yeah, some people would do haunted houses or like at the high school, they would like invite the elementary schools, and I would just be like, nope. I would like run through. I'm like, no, thank you,
I'll just
not
be
here
here
for
reading my
this.
book.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, bye. And like I would have to like wait with the teacher at the end because I would just be like,
Yeah.
I ran, I ran through. I just can't. It's just so scary to me, haunted houses. Like
Yeah, I
my
don't like it
worst,
either.
worst fear would be to like buy a home and turns out it's haunted. Worst. Worst. Because you don't have money. You just put all your money in the house and then you have a ghost? Absolutely not. Absolutely
Yeah, I don't
not.
know. I feel like I feel worse about haunted houses and like Halloween stuff that people create a haunted house. I think that's worse for me than if someone says like, "Oh, this house is haunted" or something. Then I'm like, it's not, or like it's fine. But unless people are dying, that every year someone dies in the house, then it's like really haunted. But if people say, "Oh, weird stuff happened," and you hear noises, I'm like, it's fine. But like haunted houses in Halloween, like fairs and stuff, they put zombies in it and like all this
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
scary stuff. Like I don't.
Have you been to the old port around Halloween?
No, I haven't. Well, in
Last
2019, I
year? Well,
went
no.
to yeah. In 2019, I went to the Halloween party at La Prairie.
Mm.
I think it was there, and they had some really cool stuff. Like they closed a bunch of streets, and there's like one whole street that's for like more for kids, and it was like all of
Mhm.
this. What was the name of the Pixar movie? The one that has the Fiesta de los Muertos.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God. What was it called?
Well,
Um,
that movie. I remember the name in Portuguese, and I don't know in English. Are you looking it up?
yes. Coco.
Oh, Coco. Yeah, someone already said. Thanks.
Oh yes. Thank you.
And then they had like one whole part just for the more for the kids. There's all like Coco vibes, and it was really really cute. And then
Oh,
there's one
that's
part.
cute.
There's more zombies, which I didn't go to because no thanks. And then some other like I don't know like new like people hanging by a noose or something like that. Fake people, of course.
Oh gosh.
Like that was okay, and everyone was in costume, and it was really cool. But there was a haunted house, not a haunted house, like a haunted path there. And I was really scared. But then I saw a lot of really small kids going in. Like I can
Yeah.
probably do it.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, come
And it
on,
was
Kelsey.
ridiculous. It was really stupid, but I
Yeah.
was really scared.
In the old port, I don't know if they're still doing this, but they used to have like this big escape room in like the summer going into fall, like before winter, basically.
Mhm.
So around like September, October, the escape room is like this like haunted escape room. and
Oh
I
no.
think it's a zombie escape room.
Oh
Okay,
no.
so or it's like a maze. It's a maze. Something you're getting chased by zombies. Something's happening in there. Okay, and on the street they have like actors, obviously,
Oh
but
no.
they're dressed up as zombies and they'll like hide and like jump out and like scare you.
I would punch someone.
And like my eyes, whenever I walk there, my eyes are peeled. I'm like nobody is scaring me. Like I'm like looking behind me. I'm like nobody is coming here. If they want to scare my friends, like I'll make eye contact with them, and they'll go scare my friend. That's fine. I don't need that.
Yeah, no, I
They
hate
sometimes do haunted house tours. Not for me. And I know
that.
they do one in Montreal, or they used to. I don't know if they do it anymore. But I used to see advertisements for it in like the Concordia building and like in the metro, and I would be like, no, thank you. I don't need to know. But some buildings, like I know, well, I don't know because I didn't go. Can't confirm, but I've
Yeah.
heard that they're haunted, and I'm like, don't look in the window at 12:02 p. I'm like, never.
No.
I will never look in the window. Thanks for the warning.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, there was one like tiny amusement park in a city that I lived when I was younger, and it wasn't even a haunted house, but just the ones that like have creepy mirrors, and then uh like places that you have to go like around things, but it was dark and supposed to be
Like a
creepy and
carnival.
spooky. Yeah, kind of like a carnival. And I was young, probably not that young, but I started crying when I was inside because I couldn't get out. And like someone had to come grab me and like bring me to the exit because I was crying and I was hating it so much. And I don't remember if it was my mom or my dad just like, "Oh, you're gonna have fun, go," and then push me inside by myself. And it was awful.
Yeah, even carnivals, like I cannot. Like they might be the funnest carnival. Like there's so many in my part of the island, all kinds of carnivals, okay, all the
Mhm.
time. And I'm like, why? Why are they here? And we have like in my area alone, like 3 parking lots that the carnival goes to. Like, why do you need to be here for 3
Oh.
weeks in a row, like in the same fucking part of the island? And it's like sometimes even when I was like young, like in high school or like CJEP or whatever, and you like smoke a little, and then you walk by and you're like, that's already I'm scared. Then imagine I was like,
Oh
my friends would be
no.
like, yeah, let's go in the mirror in the fun house. I'm like, absolutely not. This sounds. I would rather stay outside in the middle of the night waiting
Yeah.
on the street than be in this fun house right now. And
Yeah,
clowns, I
not
can't.
fun.
I'm sorry to everybody who likes clowns. I cannot.
I don't
It's not
mind
for me.
clowns so much, but like I don't like them, but I don't mind them so much.
Oh no, I can't. They creep me out. You know that year where there were those, I don't know if you were in the States but there was one year where there were like clowns everywhere, like bothering people, and it was like I
I
think it was
don't
like
remember
2018
that.
or 2019. Maybe you didn't hear about this. Oh my God. There were like people used to like scare other people dressed up as clowns. I don't know if it was like when the purge came out, something stupid, okay?
Mhm.
And I remember my friends wanted to go out on Halloween. And I was like, if you think that I am leaving the safety of my home on Halloween night when there's a clown epidemic, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't like clowns when when they bother. I don't like any of the carnival or like stuff that people try to bother me. Like they can do
Yeah.
whatever they want in the streets and like do stuff, but if they come to talk to me, I'm just like, nope, nope, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm literally like, goodbye, like, please leave me
Yeah.
alone. Like, but then you were the one that they're like, ah.
Yeah, and then they go on behind your back and like make fun of you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, please leave me. Please stop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw those kinds of videos and I was surprised one got shot in the US because of that. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, exactly. They were terrorizing people so much, and it was a joke. But like obviously like people get scared. Like I'm sorry. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was weird. Okay, at least someone remembers and it's not like a figment of my imagination. Like it was a nightmare that I had that felt like a year long.
Oh no, that sounds awful. Have you watched the movie Us?
Us?
Yeah.
No. No, thank you.
There's a
I
fun
can't.
house mirror thing in it. It's really good. It's horror, but it's really good.
I like
It
okay, I like reading horror and like the graphic novels, like they don't bother me. Like even reading horror doesn't bother me. But like I think watching it and listening, like and hearing
mhm.
like the creepy music, so obviously like my heart is like
There's a really creepy music, creepy big song in that movie.
I
But
think
it's
it
a
was in
lot.
the trailer and I would be like, "No,
Yeah,
thank you."
probably. It's there's a lot of commentary on society in it,
Yes.
which the director is all about. And like I watched, what's the other one? Get Out first, and
Mhm.
then like same thing, like really creepy and horrifying, but also a lot of commentary, a lot of discussion, which is
Most
interesting.
horror does.
Yeah, so then us, that's why we watched it, and it's really really scary. Like afterwards,
Yeah.
like we have to watch an episode of Modern Family so I can sleep because I couldn't go to bed right after watching that movie.
Yeah, I horror movies like they just do something to me. Like reading about it, I'm like, yeah, whatever, like that's chill. Movies though, I'm like I think it's like seeing it with my own eyes. Then I have like something to replay the nightmares because I know
Yeah.
it. I know what it looks like. So I'm like, yes. Okay. Thank you guys. I
Oh
remember
no.
this
Oh,
vividly.
I kind of
Yes.
want to, but I don't want to look it up.
It's creepy. Like I'm warning, it's not like they're not like jump scares, but like if you like go look, like they are like standing, like they'll be like across the street, or it was fucking weird. And I remember being like, who would do this?
Why?
And I was like, no, thank you. Like I would close like all my blinds. Like I'm like, mm-mm, no one's gonna. Even though I live like in the city, I'm like, no, 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 no one's gonna watch me
and
across the street.
and then in the dark, you just see your coat, and it looks like a clown
Yeah, no. Oh my
somewhere.
god, I have the It book in my TBR like closet thing that I have now, and I'm just like, oh, I really want to read it because I like the concept, like that it like terrifies them like because they're kids and like it
Mhm.
adjusts to like what they're scared of, and then when they're adults it adjusts to something else, which I think is interesting. But like that cover, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even
Yeah.
like look at it. Like I'm like, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably because of The Purge. There you go. It, the weirdest year. Like it was so weird. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, if it was 2018, I was already back in Brazil.
Okay, so you didn't have to deal with this.
So yeah, people didn't do that there.
Oh my god, I kind of want to like look it up and be like clown extravaganza.
Did you
When
find
was
it?
this? Oh my god, the 2016 clown panic. Oh my god,
Oh my
what's this?
god. Okay, it was right when I moved back to Brazil. So
There you go. That's why. Oh my god, I remember it vividly. Wow, what a time. Do you want to read?
oh my god, that's scary. Yeah, oh, I was gonna ask if someone can help me figure out why my candle keeps going to sleep because I checked the settings and I can't figure it out. But I feel like there should be an option to tell it to like
Yeah,
not go to sleep that fast, or maybe I should just close it, but because it's a magnetic thing. But I feel like there should be an option. So if anyone knows, please help me.
yeah, that's
'Cause
weird.
it's annoying. It's like I went a little bit online to look for the map, and then when I came back, it was already sleeping.
So it must be like a minute or like 30 seconds, like really short.
Yeah, really
That's
short. Well,
weird.
not
For
30 seconds
sleep?
because I can't read the page in 30 seconds. I don't think, but
Oh yeah, that's true.
but it's short. I don't like it.
Does anyone want to read?
Yes,
Thank
we just
you.
left the Shire now to go on
Oh,
an adventure.
oh wow, it happened so early.
Yeah,
Like 13% in. Oh, okay.
and like Bilbo has no idea what's happening. He's just like being pushed around and doing what people are telling him to do.
Yeah. Yes,
Yay!
please. Okay, let's go. Hold on. Add to stream. Good luck, everyone.
See you.
Welcome back, everyone. Let us know how you did. How'd
I
you do?
read another 3%. It's hard to know
Nice.
because like I've been on 15% for many pages now. So, like I don't know if I'm almost on 16, if we're just like in the middle. It's hard to know with ebooks.
I hate that about Kindle. I wish it would just whatever pages it is, like if it's 1,000 pages, at least let me know what part of 15% I'm at. Like
Yeah,
I hate that.
but it was 3%.
I read another 40 pages. So now it was a nice ending actually because I got to part 3.
Cool. Okay.
So I was like, perfect. I realized the phone was playing the video. Just a few pages, but overall 14 pages, more than before the life sprints. Exactly. 14 pages that you wouldn't have read. So any progression is good progression. I think that was going to be our last sprint, though.
Yeah.
I'm very tired, if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, same. I think I'm used to reading on Kindle before like in bed before I fall asleep. So like
Okay.
reading on Kindle makes me sleepy. Like I feel like my body understands the Kindle as like, oh, you're sleepy, you're going to sleep now. I
It's
wish
like,
it
oh,
wouldn't be
okay.
like that. Because I have like I'm going to buy The Hobbit, but I have an arc that I'm going to read on Kindle this month, so I have to get through it and not just sleep.
Just make sure you go to bed right after. I wish it would tell us the pages exactly. Like, why not? Like that location 24 out of 5 billion. Like, why is that there? Like, I don't
I'm like
understand.
in location 612, whatever that means.
Like,
the sun is really golden here.
setting. I know it's like slowly. Like I see it leaving. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. My Kindle says the page. I'm sorry. Wait, I was about to leave.
Okay.
What?
There's a thing like
I'm gonna
page
look.
display.
I'm gonna look this up. If we've discovered, if we've hacked it, Fernanda, thank you so much.
Nope. Reading. Location in the book. Page in book. I'm on page 40. Thank you.
Oh my god, thank
That's
you. So
great.
I can't wait to go on my Kindle after.
That changed my life now. I'm on page 40.
Have a great
I don't know how much I
evening.
read, but I'm on page 40.
You read 40 pages, I guess.
Well, I started a little bit after, but yeah, about 40.
Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a
I'm
good
happy
evening,
you had
everyone.
fun.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for joining, everyone.
Have an awesome rest of the
Bye.
readathon if you're participating.
Yes, if you are.
And
Please
tag us
tell us.
on Instagram, Twitter, or anywhere, or YouTube about how you did in the end of the readathon.
Yes, please. It makes me so happy. I get so happy.
Me too. Yeah, have a
Yes,
good day.
bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.